You turn off the light and lie down. The room is perfectly safe and completely quiet, but your mind is racing. You are thinking about an unread email, a half-finished project, an awkward conversation you walked away from. You want to sleep, but your biology won't let you. To your ancient ancestors, an unfinished task wasn't a minor annoyance. It was a matter of life and death. If they stopped building a shelter halfway through or ignored a snapped twig in the dark, they didn't survive the night. Your brain is treating your inbox like a predator. Psychologists have a name for this biological glitch. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. And once you understand how it actually works, it changes everything you thought you knew about your own anxiety. In 1927, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something bizarre inside a crowded cafe in Vienna. She was watching the waiters. The restaurant was packed, loud, chaotic, and demanding. A single waiter would take massive, complicated orders from tables of 10 or 12 people. No notepads, no writing. They remembered every drink, every dish, and every special request with absolute perfection. But Zeigarnik noticed a strange glitch. The moment the bill was paid and the customers walked out, the memory was completely wiped. If she stopped a waiter just 5 minutes later and asked what that exact same table had ordered, they drew a blank. The data was just gone. She went back to her lab to test it. She gave people a series of puzzles to solve. Sometimes she let them finish the puzzle. Other times, she deliberately interrupted them right in the middle and took the puzzle away. When she tested their memory later, the results were entirely backward. You would think people easily remember their completed victories. They didn't. They remembered the unfinished, interrupted puzzles at almost double the rate. Completion didn't strengthen the memory, it erased it. Here is what is actually happening under the hood. When you begin a task, your brain does not just log it as a passive event. It creates a state of physical tension. It opens a file in your working memory and commands your nervous system to hold it there. It builds a chemical loop, and that loop refuses to close until the task is done. Your brain is not holding on to that unread text message to torture you. It is holding on to it because it thinks keeping that file open is the only way to keep you alive. But here is where the system breaks down. And honestly, this is the part that explains why you feel exhausted all the time. For hundreds of thousands of years, every single human task had a physical, visible end. You built a fire and it burned. You hunted an animal and you ate. The loop opened and the loop closed. You lived in a world of completions. You don't live in that world anymore. Today, almost nothing ever truly ends. There is always another notification, a work thread that stays active for weeks, a project with no clear finish line, a digital feed that scrolls literally forever. The modern attention economy is specifically designed to open new loops in your brain and deliberately prevent you from closing them. Every app, every feed, every platform is built to interrupt you, because interruption keeps you scrolling, and scrolling makes money. Your primitive nervous system is trying to survive 1,000 unfinished hunts at the exact same time. It is burning through your mental battery. You cannot out-evolve this, but you can hack the mechanism. You have to manually tell your brain the hunt is over. Before you sleep, you write it down, a physical piece of paper. You take every open loop out of your head and trap it on the page. You assign the very next step. When you externalize the data, you send a biological signal to your primitive brain that the information is secure. The chemical tension releases. The loop shuts down. We built a world of infinite tasks. We traded the natural limits of the day for screens that never sleep. But beneath it all, you are still running the exact same hardware. The next time you lie awake, staring at the dark, remember this. You are not a broken machine. You are just a survivor, waiting for a signal that the fire is finally safe to leave.